And we're live. Do you want to give us your best version of that little whistly intro?
Oh, do I have to whistle?
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Doo-doo-doo.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Real Film Newbies. I'm Jack.
And I'm Rhiannon.
Get your trench coats, your well-fitted suits, and your heels on. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today, what are we talking about, Rhiannon?
We are talking about the 1998 X-Files movie, sometimes now known in the fandom as X-Files Fight the Future, to kind of differentiate from the later X-Files movie.
Wait, so there's two X-Files movies from memories, right?
There's two X-Files movies.
Okay, so before we go into this, there's 11 seasons, 2 movies, a couple of spin-offs. But yeah, you bullied me into watching the X-Files this week.
Only a little bit.
And ladies and gentlemen, you are going to hear about it today. Oh boy, do I have thoughts and opinions. Rhiannon, you want to tell us about your love of the X-Files for a hot second?
I'm actually, funny enough, I'm a very new fan to the X-Files. I pretty much started this year. Basically, my housemate started watching it, and I sat down and started watching it with her, and was like, oh shit, this show's great, actually. And so we basically bulldozed through 11 seasons within like 2 months or something like that. It was ridiculous.
I want to say that's a lot, but I also refinished The Office again recently, the US version.
Yeah.
I think I did it in 1 month.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely just steamrolled through it. And like, I'm still kind of very much in the throes of it. Like, I'm reading novelizations of it. I'm reading the comic like spin-offs to it and stuff.
You're really looking for the truth. It is out there. You're looking for it.
Like. No, yeah, it just, whatever it is. I don't think I've actually loved the TV show as much as I love this TV show, kind of thing.
And fair. And here's the thing, I'm new to the X-Files. I was in the Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
1 episode you've shown me, and this movie.
Yeah. And that was a weird episode you saw that one time. So.
Yeah, I don't think Mulder and Scully were in it.
No.
I don't think I saw either of them in the episode.
I think we got stuck with a later season one, yeah.
Yeah, we got like 25 minutes in. I'm like, is David Duchovny going to rock up at some point? Or where is he at? Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, if I sound raspy or bad in this episode, I'm dying.
Yes.
I'm sick. This could be my final episode.
He's on his deathbed in front of me.
Yeah, no, later on you're going to hear me either getting my fucking dying breath or my second wind. We'll see. Fucking, I've chugged the 4 Loco. I've done my stretching. Like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. No, I suppose the reason why I wanted to bring the X-Files movie to you, other than it's the thing that's been occupying my brain for most of the year now, is because, one, we were talking about Sinners, and Ryan Coogler's supposed to be heading a reboot of it.
Yes, it's got reported, I think, about 3-4 days ago.
Yeah. So this very kind of recently, so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Another fun way to tie it in is with the new Final Destination movie coming out. And I told you the fun fact of, did you know the first Final Destination movie was originally written as a script for the X-Files? So.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Because just for anyone who doesn't know, Final Destination is a bunch of people survive. They don't go on a plane because I'm going to get this wrong. They're supposed to board a plane and someone has a future vision of the plane exploding.
Yeah.
And then the whole movie is them trying to avoid death because they escaped it once.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that working as an X-Files episode.
Yes.
It would be a rough one, but I could see that working.
Yeah. Like, I think Glenn Morgan, which I think was a writer on it, is a reoccurring writer on the X-Files, essentially.
So was this isn't your first time seeing this movie today?
No, this isn't my first time seeing this movie.
It was my first time, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
What did you think about this the first time around?
So coming into this, for anyone who doesn't know, so this movie happens between season 5 and season 6. And like, it's required watching, essentially, kind of thing, because it does follow the overarching plot. No, I enjoyed it. I think I was expecting it to be a lot worse of, when your TV show becomes a movie kind of thing.
Yeah, there's very few times that jump is done well.
Yeah. I think this movie is grand. It feels like an extra long episode of the X-Files, but the only thing is it's an extra long episode of the X-Files that deals with the overarching plot, which are only kind of they're fine most of the time,
See, my base understanding of the X-Files, once again, based on The Simpsons,
yes,
is 2 FBI agents rock up and one of them misses the aliens by about 20 seconds or so.
Very often the case.
And they're like, is there aliens? Does anything like that exist out there? We see them in this. We straight up do just see them in this.
As I said, I was telling you, this is the most sci-fi I think the X-Files gets.
Okay,
in terms of that.
Yeah, no, it is a movie. I'll tell you that much.
It's definitely a movie.
You did hit the nail on the head by saying like, oh, it just feels like a really long TV episode.
Yes.
It's like maybe a two-parter at best.
Yes, yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm almost like, was this a script for an episode? That he's just like,
possibly.
we could extend this out. We could push this season finale into a movie. Like,
yeah, possibly.
So who's the director on this again? Rob Norman?
Rob Bowman.
Bowman, thank you. Director of your favorite movie, Elektra.
Oh.
And my favorite movie, Reign of Fire.
Here's the thing. I kind of love Reign of Fire because it's really dumb and it's kind of stupid and I love it.
One, those guys are too ripped to be in that apocalypse. They're like, oh, we're struggling for food. My boys are getting their protein in every day. They're fucking huge.
My favorite thing watching that movie is being like, okay, it's Christian Bale and Jared Butler broing out in the British countryside, whatever, fighting some dragons. Matthew McConaughey shows up in a fucking tank.
Yeah, am I right? Is that the one where they reenact Star Wars at one point for the kids?
Yes.
That's my favorite scene in that movie. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
No, Rob Bowman, he's also a TV director. Like, he's done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Has he done episodes of The X-Files before this?
Yes.
And I'm right in saying it's the same writer as the show.
Yeah, so Chris Carter is the creator of the show, executive producer. He's one of the main writers on the show. They're like other iconic writers, be like Frank Spotnitz and Vince Gilligan.
Oh, Breaking Bad fame.
Breaking Bad fame.
Ooh.
He actually I believe he met Bryan Cranston working on the X-Files.
Wait, Bryan Cranston's in the X-Files?
There's an episode with Bryan Cranston in it, yeah.
Man, that guy got around. Malcolm's dad got around in the 90s. But yeah, no, this was my first time watching this, or almost anything X-Files. I said it earlier, but one episode that you showed me, and The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like, I understood the base concept, but like, going into this, I'm like, oh, this is fucking wild.
Oh, it's so good.
This is insane. Also, we are recording this about 20 seconds after watching the movie.
You were like, we got to do the podcast.
Yeah, like we're going to do it now while it's fresh in the brain. And then normally on the chat map, I've written down, now is the part where we explain the plot of the movie.
Yes.
I'm going to attempt this.
Yes.
I'm going to try my best.
For my delight.
Okay. So, there's cavemen. It opens in caveman times.
It opens in caveman, yes.
It opens in caveman times. It's a snowy white vista. Some cavemen fuck up a xenomorph or an alien or whatever. They just meet a little gray guy and they fuck him up. Mm-hmm. I said this earlier. I'm like, did you put on Ice Age? Are you just fucking with me? Like, it would have been a great prank to just put on Ice Age and say nothing to me. And see, like, gaslight me, see how long you can go before I say anything. I might do that in some episode of the podcast. I might be like, oh, today we're watching The Godfather, and just put on Ice Age. And just see, like, not reference it whatsoever. See how long we can go before we're saying anything. But no, then we cut to modern day Texas. I say modern day Texas. 30 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah.
1998 Texas.
Yeah.
Where 3 to 4 children are just digging a hole. Because apparently that's what people did in the 90s. You just get bored and dig a hole.
Yeah, I guess if you were like a kid and like just the butt-ass nowhere Texas, like you're just digging a hole, I guess.
They're just Stranger Thingsing it. They're out in their little bikes. They're like, let's dig a hole. Let's see what happens around it.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that straight away is there's an awful lot of quote-unquote coincidences in this movie. Where like the plot needs to happen, so we have to fucking barrel forward.
That's the X-Files in a nutshell, though.
The first place these kids go digging happens to be where the aliens are at. And you know what? Hats off to this movie. It is real ballsy to just kill a child in the open.
Oh yeah.
I have a running theory that a movie's going hard if it kills a kid.
Yeah.
Where like we saw Thunderbolts over the weekend, and that kills a kid in the first 20 minutes in like a little flashback.
Yeah.
And the minute you kill a child, nothing is safe.
Yeah.
It's like when Pennywise takes Georgie out, or fucking the shark gets a kid in Jaws. You're like, anyone's on the table.
Yeah.
Anyone can die in this. But from my memory, kid falls in the hole, which is that the same hole as the caveman we're in?
That's the same hole the caveman.
Okay, it's in the caveman hole. Because
yeah.
I was already confused on that. Okay, so the kids fall in the caveman hole, and this child drops what must be 15 feet. Like easily 15 feet, and shakes it off like he's nothing. Kids today are too weak. If that was like a little tizzed up iPad baby right now, that thing would be dead. And it's also my favorite kind of old fashioned bullying of, oh no, Timmy's after falling down there. Let's leave him there. Every man for, I think one of the kids says every man for himself at one point. But the kid gets possessed by a little alien, the government turn up, and that's our opening.
Yeah.
Like a couple of firemen disappeared. There's a man just fucking horsing ciggies the whole time. Oh man, if you don't have a nicotine addiction or you don't like smoking, this movie's gonna convince you to smoke. There's just one guy just fucking puffing away at his Marlboro Reds the whole time, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Like every time I see that guy, I'm like, oh, fuck up a cigarette right now.
Yeah.
He makes it look so cool.
He's the cigarette smoking man, primary antagonist of the X-Files.
He is. This is my thing. He's like your big bad, and that is it. Because once again, he could have just been any random government guy.
Oh yeah.
Apart from the FBI getting a couple of mentions, I don't know who anyone works for in this. There's a bunch of shadowy organizations. I'm sure it all makes sense if you watch the show. It's just random, like, old white men meeting in rooms being like, we cannot let the secret get out about the idea that
That's
we
literally
have such and such. Like,
it's just government conspiracy, the character.
I'm like, who is anyone? Are you CIA? Are you fucking the shadow government? No, we're not going to say it. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
We get our introductions of Agent Mulder and Scully, and they're just checking out a building because there's been a bomb threat.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite thing about this is they're like, there's a bomb threat in the building across the way.
Yeah.
But Mulder, who must be psychic or whatever, is like, let's check this building out. I got a hunch. Let's just check this place out. I got a bit of a hunch. Goes in there. No bomb. It's fine. Even if you have a hunch there's a bomb in the building, maybe evacuate all the people beforehand. Even if it's only a hunch. You see what must be a tour of school kids or whatever getting in an elevator. I'm like, if you had a hunch there's a bomb in this building, why didn't you close the building down first? And once again, because the plot needs to happen, he goes to buy a soda, I think.
Yeah.
And just finds more C4 than any man has ever found. Like, it blows up half the building, and I'm like, that's enough to blow up like 4 buildings.
Yeah.
But who's the guy from Lost that's in this?
I just keep calling him John Locke. I actually can't think of the actor's name. I just know him as John Locke from Lost.
John Locke from Lost walks in with a beautiful mustache. He's just got a fucking, like, a caterpillar on the lip. He walks in there. It's business time, baby. I can defuse this bomb, no problem. He doesn't even try.
No.
He's like, oh, everyone get out of here. Start clearing the building. You got 10 minutes. He doesn't even try.
Because he's working for the shadow government.
Oh, did not get that.
Yeah.
That, once I over my head immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought he was really bad at defusing bombs.
Just really bad at his job.
He's like, everyone get out of here. I got this. And then he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was hoping someone would stay and help me.
Yeah. I don't think it really spells it out very clearly. I think you're supposed to infer, like, kind of towards maybe the middle of the movie, I don't know, that he was actually the one that set the bomb there and whatever, coerced by shadow government, and then he was like kind of fucked. I was like, kind of hoping they wouldn't find it, kind of thing.
I thought it was just a random vending machine man who had enough time to sneak a vending machine.
Oh, actually, no, yeah, it was random vending machine man.
Yeah, so this random guy sneaks a vending machine full of C4 into this government building.
Yeah.
And then waits for Agent Mulder to walk in there and he just fucking jams the door.
I think Mulder's just wrong place, wrong time, I think.
Yeah, but once again, it's because he's psychic. So he's just like, oh, I better get a soda. Oh my God, a bomb.
If there's the most supernatural thing about X-Files is Mulder's luck when it comes to things.
Mulder is Mr. Magooing his way through this movie. It is just, he's not an active protagonist. He's just like lucky and in the right place.
Yeah.
There's always someone like, go here, do this. He just keeps strolling in like, I should get a soda. Oh, there's a bomb here. Shit. Oh, I'm going to go to a bar and take a piss or whatever. Oh my. But yeah, no, they try and blame the 2 agents for it. But by the way, they got everyone out of there.
They got everyone out of there.
But obviously, this is a government cover-up because it's government cover-ups on government cover-ups on government cover-ups.
Yeah.
And now, if I'm not wrong, tell me if I have the plot right. The idea was they found aliens, and the aliens have been coercing the government to create an evil plague that will take over your mind. But now the evil plague is actually turning into xenomorphs from the movie Alien. So you become a weird goo man. And from being a weird goo man, you eventually become an alien. Or an alien grows in you and becomes a thing. And they're making bees to spread this. And the government's trying to hide all the bodies, including that one dead kid. Am I right? Is that what this was?
You were actually spot fucking on.
I fucking nailed. I need everyone to know I got 3 hours of sleep last night. If you cannot hear it in my voice, I've had a very busy weekend. I'm running on.
I can't believe you got all that on the first watch.
I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I need you to know I thought I was a mile off.
Yeah.
And now the shadow government is trying to cover this up and get rid of the X-Files, but Mulder and Scully have to stop it.
Yes.
Okay, I nailed this. I got this.
Yeah.
But no, everything is just them going from spot A to spot B to spot C.
Yeah.
And like none of it feels that connected, but it's also just like, will we sort this? No. Will we come back to it? Probably not. There's one point where they just leave an alien just underground and build a park over it. There's one little government place where the kid falls in the hole and a new alien grows in there. And Mulder and Scully come to it like, and I'm jumping around here because the movie is all over the place a little bit. But they come back to that park at one point and they're like, wow, they built a fresh park here with like an inch of astroturf or whatever. There's a 9-foot tall alien man just underground there. And they're never going to go back. No one shoots that alien in the head. They just left it down there. Rihanna, there's, 9 more seasons of the show afterwards? Do they ever meet that alien again? Does he ever come back?
So, there's one thing you need to know if you're ever to watch the X-Files TV show, is that loose ends, just the norm. Just the norm in the X-Files. Oh. Not everything gets resolved.
This movie doesn't get resolved.
Yeah.
Like, not to be like, it's one of the most unsatisfying endings ever. I thought there was another act. Like, we started wrapping things up and like, are we done? Is this it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, maybe it's because they reference Independence Day at the start of this.
Uh-huh.
And the whole time, all I could think about was Independence Day, which came out 2 years before this. And I'm like, oh man, I want to see Mulder shoot an alien or fucking, I'm hoping this is the one where like, oh my God, they're going to shoot him down in some No, nothing ever happens. All right, no, let's hop through here a second. What's your favorite scene of this movie?
Oh God. Oh, it's a tough one. There is a lot of elements that I love about this movie. I mean, like primarily, like why does anyone really watch X-Files? It's for Mulder and Scully and like their relationship, really, you know. In terms of a favorite scene, oh dear God.
One sec, back to their relationship for a second, quote unquote. It's just a raging alcoholic and his tizzed up friend. Like,
really, Mulder's the tizzed up.
No, she's so tizzed up. Like, I can't remember her opening line, but like the first scene where you see the two of them together, they're just like throwing paragraphs of text at each other about probability and chance and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, she is tizzed up to the nines. She's not acting like a regular human in this scenario. But no, they kiss almost.
Almost.
So I'm assuming from the show it's always a will they won't they, right?
It's like, here's the thing. With the show's initial inception, whatever, Chris Carter writing these two characters and stuff, I don't think he never intended Mulder and Scully to get together. But didn't he have to go cast the chuckle fucks that are David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, who won't stop making bedroom eyes at each other any given moment?
Oh my God, their sexual tension is every scene of this movie. They've got like a little joke about like opening a door, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna fuck on this. Like, they should be looking for a bomb in the opening, but like they might fuck on this rooftop.
That's the entire show, Jack.
Have you seen the U.S. Office?
I've seen some episodes.
So you know the Jim and Pam thing from there. The first 4 seasons of that is very much a will they won't they.
Yeah.
It becomes very boring the minute a will they won't they finishes. Once they become a will, it's boring. It's the same with Ross and Rachel, and I don't know about further in the X-Files. I assume it would be boring if they do just get together.
So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they held off so long on them getting together.
But this whole movie is them cock teasing it, like
that near kiss is the most egregious they've been about it.
Oh, really?
Thing. Yeah, like them nearly kissing and it not happening is the like, worst they've been about it.
We're jumping around here, but Mulder is just there at 3 a.m. He's like, I'm a little fucked up right now, but you're the only person who completes me. I need my little tizzed up sidekick to keep me on the straight and narrow, which I assume is what the first 5 seasons have been. Because all we ever see him is drink or hang around his dirty apartment otherwise. He's not doing well. Mulder is not doing well for himself.
Oh no, he's not a very stable human, no.
he goes on like a wild rant to Scully being like, you're the only thing that completes me and keeps me on the straight and narrow. And they go for the kiss. And then just a bee just fucking interrupts. An alien parasite bee that's been created by the shadow government. Which once again, I can't believe I'm getting that right. It sounds stupid even when I say it out loud.
The X-Files, baby.
So, I want to go back to my favorite scene for a moment. And
Yes.
that is, so they discover this alien parasite.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we figured out if we just keep it cold, it'll slowly grow it.
Yeah.
It won't let the gestation period happen as fast.
Yeah.
And one guy goes down to look at it. Does he bring a gun? No. Does he bring a knife? Does he bring backup? No. You know you're growing an alien. You've said earlier it's just growing slower. Why are you so surprised when there's an alien there? Why are you so freaked out when there's an alien when you knew you were slowly growing? I don't get confused when I put chicken in the air fryer and 15 minutes later I have a cooked chicken. I know eventually I'm going to have a cooked chicken.
They didn't expect it to gestate that quickly.
Here's the thing. You know what movie would have sorted that? Independence Day. When they have the aliens in the tanks in Independence Day, they have fucking army men trained on it with guns and snipers. And if that thing flinches, they blow its fucking head off. There is so much lack of security in this movie. It drives me crazy.
I don't think they expected to eat him. I think that was the main thing.
You're growing an alien. At least have like a knife. Have a little gun or a knife. He goes out like a tiny injection. He's like, this will get him. This will do
It'll get him.
That said, all the practical alien stuff in this, I fucking love.
It's so cool.
My favorite scene is genuinely that part where that guy gets ripped apart.
Yeah.
He's stabbing at it with his little injection. And you got this 8 foot tall, and it kind of looks like the classic gray alien that you'd see in pop culture.
So yeah, that would be the classic alien that's in X-Files. Like you will see gray aliens. So this one, I think, because they're like, oh, it's a mutated virus, but I would nearly say I think it's meant to be maybe a prehistoric version of gray aliens where it kind of eats your fucking face.
Love it.
Yeah.
Even when it's like slashing him apart, it looks like a horror film. Like he's got like a big visceral cut down the face, and it's just nice makeup and good blood effects. And whatever suits they're using for these aliens look really nice. It's one of the things I notice. I'm like, because you're in the early days of CGI, you could have made a weird CG monster man. I was so happy. They're like, let's just do guys in suits. Let's light it well and do guys in suits.
That's always that's again another key thing why I love the X-Files is because a lot of it is like most of it is practical. I would say nearly all of it is practical.
Is that budget constraints or just the era it came out in, or
both? I guess like now there is like you do get some CG stuff here and there, but like most of it is practical, and it's really funny because it does vary from like this looks fucking cool to this looks fucking goofy, but it's still great, like
so like early Doctor Who aliens.
yeah.
Where like if you watch the like the reboot era with Tennant and all that, sometimes those things look amazing and they're these great fucking creatures that have been done with really just amazing care for practical effects.
Yeah.
Sometimes they look so silly.
Yeah.
So they go from the scariest thing ever to like the dumbest thing you've ever seen. And I'm assuming the X-Files walks that line very well.
Oh yes, it does.
I have a question about the X-Files, and this isn't to do with the movie, but we're on the X-Files there. Is the Simpsons episode canon?
To me it is.
Does that count as canon? Because that was my first introduction to the X-Files.
I think a lot of fans jokingly go like, yeah, it's canon. It's like it's well within the characters, like,
Is that them voicing them in that?
Yeah, it is. It's Duchovny and Anderson voicing them in the Simpsons episode.
I love that so much. I love that so fucking much. Oh, because I remember having that episode on DVD as a child.
Yeah.
I remember getting like a box set that had like it was 3 packs of 4 Simpsons episodes, and one of them was the X-Files one. And obviously the reference was lost to me, but it's so fucking funny to be like, they nailed the tone of it on the head very well.
Yeah.
Watching this movie, I'm like, all I can think about is the Simpsons version, and how close they came, how pretty spot on they were. But no, like, could you recommend this to a first time watcher?
Ooh, I don't know. Like I know I threw you on the deep end being like X-Files movie and stuff, but like maybe I just wanted to gush about the X-Files, but I don't know. There might be better ways to introduce someone to the X-Files series, and that's probably, starting off with the first episode, because the first episode is actually, I know a lot of people tend to sometimes skip pilot episodes, but the pilot episode of the X-Files is very good for just laying out like, this is their deal, this is what they do. Like this is what you're gonna get for the show, kind of thing,
See, it's weird because when a show makes the jump to movies,
yeah,
you have to track in that, oh, this is going to be somebody's first time watching this.
Yes.
It's not, obviously you'll have a built-in fan base who are watching week to week or have
Yeah.
done a big rewatch like you and your roommates, but the idea that like you have to be able to walk into this blind as well,
Yeah.
they cover enough ground in here, I would say.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Did you feel completely lost, or?
Only because the plot's a little all over the place,
Yes.
not because I don't get what the X-Files are. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of get Mulder and Scully's dynamic from the start.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that's just good writing or the fact that they are such talented fucking performers. Like, like the minute they start bantering back and forth, you're like, oh, I know your dynamic straight away.
Yeah.
Like, you're the good cop, you're the bad cop, you're the straight man, you're the fucking, like, silly one.
Yeah.
Easy enough to understand. But, like, honestly, I think it's an alright jumping on point.
Mhm.
Like, this has got me wanting to go watch some episodes of it now, if that makes sense.
Man, I can tell you some of my favorites.
Like, when I watched the 21 Jump Street movie, for example, that didn't make me want to go back and watch the Johnny Depp shit.
Yeah, yeah.
This has me being like, I could go back and watch that.
Yeah.
I could hop back on board there. I'm trying to think of other movies that came from TV shows. I'm going off the top. I know A-Team, but that was a full recast.
Yes, that was kind of a reboot kind of thing. I guess, yeah, maybe the jump to TV isn't too much.
Like, South Park does it well, but South Park is an easy concept to understand.
Yeah,
It's cartoons and dumb children. Like, it's easy enough.
Yeah. Maybe, was X-Files unique in that it was so popular that it got this movie?
It's one of the earliest examples I can think of anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably like a major one that the minute we stop recording...
we're going to be like, god damn it.
God. Like, we talked about Brave New World last week.
Yeah.
Like, you needed to watch 4 of the movies and a TV show and fucking 9 parts of a cinematic universe. You can go into this blind.
Yeah.
You can just go into this blind.
We do need to look at like the kind of the cultural landscape you had at the time in 1985, where X-Files was like one of, if not like the biggest TV show like up there, and everyone knew who Duchovny was, who was Anderson kind of thing. So I guess to some degree everyone kind of would have known Mulder and Scully coming into this kind of thing, so
I do love how he's just an average looking guy as well.
Like he's so hot.
He's handsome, but like he's just got like a regular build. I feel like if we shot that now, we'd have to get like Alan Richardson for it.
I mean, he's in shape.
Yeah, but he's like 90s in shape, if that makes sense. Like he's achievably in shape.
He's like in the scenes in the TV show where you do see him whenever, it's not like he's dehydrated himself for days kind of thing. He's just in shape.
So he's not like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, where like he takes his shirt off and he's like every vein is popping and he hasn't drank water.
No. He's just in shape.
He just seems like a regular guy.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a schlub and I kind of love him. Not gonna lie, I really do like this guy. Like, there's a scene earlier on where they have to give his backstory. So he's just in a bar rambling to a fucking to a bartender. He's having like 5 shots. He's like, yeah, no, they just call me fucking Spooky Mulder or whatever.
Yeah.
Because my sister got abducted and I do alien stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just goes take a piss in an alleyway. I'm like, you're just a dog of a bloke. Like, you're just
I mean, I think I've shown you the instances where they talk about like he has a porn addiction in the show as well. Like, and
yeah, that's because he's spending 9 seasons trying to get laid. The whole show isn't him trying to solve whether there's aliens or not. The whole season is him trying to solve this pussy. He's more likely to get an alien encounter than to get laid in this show.
Yes.
That's so heartbreaking. Like, I've only seen 1 episode and 1 movie and I get it.
I think before he gets with Scully, I think we canonically only see him get with someone else once.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so, like...
But I think Scully's the same.
Really?
Yeah.
If you turn around and said her character was revealed to be a virgin, I'm like, yeah, fair.
No. I think again in different, like another episode, we get to see she gets with someone, but that's the only instance we ever see it.
That feels so strange. Maybe it's just coming off this movie because she's just a weird Rayman person. Like, genuinely.
Okay, her spitting the statistics is not usually the character trait people.
She feels like this is like weird, uptight Rayman, and I love her for it. Don't get me wrong. She's great in this. And what a babe, by the way.
Oh, Gillian Anderson, man.
Even
today, Gillian Anderson, man.
What an absolute babe.
Yeah.
Now, I'm doing a blondes only summer, but goddamn, she's fucking, for my people, my tribe, the gingers, doing well.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I think Gillian Anderson is a natural blonde.
Oh my. Here's the thing, it's a side quest in a blonde summer. That's all we're aiming for. It's only blondes and side quests. That's all this summer is about. That's all we're doing.
Um,
That and going on our Jeremy Renner app every day.
yes, yes,
We
the
cannot
Jeremy
forget to
Renner
go on our Jeremy Renner app every day. Kids, don't forget. Don't forget. This is your daily reminder. Go on your Jeremy Renner app. He needs us now more than ever. Rhiannon, stop kissing the post with Jeremy Renner in the corner. We have a podcast to do. But no, like, the set design in this movie is on point as well.
That's one thing I will say about the show as well. Like, I'm always watching it going like, these locations are great, you know.
They
and
go
the sets
they
are
go into
great.
those big like boob-shaped domes at one point. Like they find they're following the MacGuffins left, right, and center, and
Yeah.
Mulder's Mr. Magooing his way about, and they just find this crop field in the middle of the desert. And fair restraint for them not to put a crop circle in there straight away. That's immediately where my mind
I
went.
was trying to think if they actually do an episode about crop circles at any point. I think there's maybe one where Mulder disappears to go investigate some, but that's it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because I assumed immediately that's where we were going with this.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we see these big domes that just, when they go to the wide, looks like a big pair of tits. Like,
It does like a
the minute you said it, I was like, those are just white boobs.
Jibbies!
I could not stop seeing those take old bitties. But they go into those domes, and they actually built these, and they look amazing. Like, it's a practical set. Fucking, you can see the way they interact and move through it. I'm like, oh, you put the money and had the budget this time to build something cool. And it fucking shows.
Yeah.
Same with the, where is it? Early on with the explosives, where they use miniatures. I'm like, oh, that's a real explosion. That's really cool. But even the miniature work, I'm like, you put the time and effort into this.
Yeah.
You fucking built these well. Can we bring up Mulder's weird virgin friends?
The lone gunman? Yeah, sure.
Wait, is that what they're called?
That's they're collectively called. So, in the show, we're introduced to his three buddies who they run a conspiracy magazine called The Lone Gunman in reference to the JFK assassination. But then the three of them collectively be known as the Lone Gunmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing is those guys rock up in here for one scene and one scene only.
Yeah.
And only because they've got weird outfits and weird haircuts. I'm like, oh, they have to be in the show, right? they can't just be three randos who like saved Mulder. Like, he gets shot in the head, and they just like, oh, you've been out cold for a while. Don't worry, we're here for you, best friend.
Yeah.
And there's just these three uggo virgin looking boys who, when we come back to Mulder's show long arc of trying to get laid, maybe don't be hanging out with these guys, is all I'm saying. Do they ever have a scene with Scully? Because I imagine the idea of being around a woman would scare them.
Oh no, yeah, that's Mulder and Scully that go visit him. And to be fair, the small one called Frohickey does attempt to hit on her very often.
They look like the kind of guys who like the X-Files inspired. And I don't mean this as an insult, but a little bit. The X-Files inspired to become conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to picture what a conspiracy guy looks like, it's these three fucking weirdos. And I'm so sad they didn't come back. Like, to jump ahead to the finale, they're in like a big alien spaceship underground that's maybe owned by the shadow government or whatever.
Yeah.
I was so hoping, as like the ice is crashing around them, the aliens are climbing up, but these three weirdos have just appeared to pull them out again. Do Mulder and Scully have superpowers?
No.
So it's just plot armor, yeah?
Just plot armor, yeah.
How many injuries did they take in this movie? That should kill them.
So many.
So, off the top of the head, when the building explodes, they're just in a car crash. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
They're in a hearing the next day. None of them have tinnitus from the explosion. No injuries from being in a car crash.
Yeah.
Mulder takes about 4 different falls where I'm like, that's going to break your legs, your knees, your ankles.
Yeah.
You should be dead at this point. There's even at the end when they're in the Antarctic, I'm like, you're freezing to death.
You're freezing to that, yeah.
He gets shot in the head at one point.
Yeah.
And just walks it off
well,
like
like
nothing.
it lances, like it just scrapes him on the side of the head, but yeah.
Yeah, but he hits the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Oh yeah, no, like still.
He bounces when he hits the floor. And he's like, no, I'm fine, I'm cool.
I'm cool.
He's like, give me your shirt, I gotta
go save Scully.
And then he gets into another car accident 2 minutes later. Like fucking another shadow government. Is that guy from the show, by the way?
The guy, yes, he's in a few episodes of the show. I wouldn't say, I don't know if he's got a major role, but like you'd recognize him from the show if you watch it. You'd be like, oh, that one.
Yeah, because like halfway through they just cut to Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
And, like this old British man is like, we have to put the shadow government together. There's someone calling for a meeting. And then later on he's threatening Scully. He's like, you gotta go Gotta go find her. They're gonna kill me. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And gets out of the car, just gets blown up immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was he in the intro? Was he one of the government guys at the start? Did I miss something? Am I supposed to care or know who this man is?
Nah, that's fair.
It's fine. He's dead.
He's
Don't worry
fine.
about it.
He's dead.
Forget
Don't
about
worry
it.
about it.
He's gone. It's fine.
Motto of the X-Files, don't worry about it.
Alien underneath a kid's park. Don't worry about it.
How'd they get away from Antarctica? Don't worry about it.
It's just a big alien spaceship in Antarctica. Forget about
Forget
it.
about it.
Forget about it. Were the aliens flying that ship? I'm really confused.
Who knows?
So in the finale, we're jumping ahead again, but fucking Mulder goes to save Scully, wakes her up in the alien spaceship, and cracking one tube open means the whole place begins to implode. Turns out waking one person up makes the whole thing go crazy.
I think it's like when he gives her the vaccine, it goes through the tube she has and goes into the like weird biological system. Like as I said, alien kind of like Geiger shit kind of going on.
Oh, so then all the aliens wake up. That makes more sense.
Yes.
And then they just wake up and fly away. Do they ever come back? Who knows?
Who knows?
Are we gonna find out at the end of the movie? No. They fucking just rise up in their spaceship and just yeet off into the distance.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if you watch this and then watch Independence Day right afterwards, they flow really well together. So I like the idea that spaceship just flies to Washington and blows it up. Like the end of it when they're in Washington, you just cut and they're looking at the sky, and we'll just start Independence Day from there.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many loose ends and plot things. Did the bees come back?
Nope.
No. Seriously.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. I don't know. The black goop kind of gets a bit dropped at some point.
So once again, to summarize, the evil shadow government is using alien DNA or something to make a virus to maybe control people, or they're in fear of the aliens, need to work under them. But at the end, they're just breeding more of these bees anyway, out in the middle of fucking Tatooine or whatever desert place they're in. And that never comes up again.
Look, Jack, The X-Files, right? My favorite show. The X-Files has some of the best fucking TV ever written. It also has some of the worst fucking writing I've ever seen.
So that alien spaceship never came back.
No.
Another thing, so I know one of the characters, is it Mulder? Is the one who's like, I don't believe in aliens or whatever?
No, Scully.
Sorry, Scully.
The lady.
It's the lady. She's like, I never believe in aliens. I don't see them. I've never seen them before in my life.
Yeah.
I'll never see them. I know the truth isn't out there. You're full of shit, blah, blah, blah. We just have aliens in this. We see a fucking, you've been abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
You're in the ship. Does she carry on like
That's not her first time being abducted by aliens either.
Oh, God, of course it's not. Of course it's not. Does she still carry on as a skeptic after this movie?
She does. Now, I will say, I think one thing that people trying to infer incorrectly on Scully's dynamic is that they all think she's a hard ass, but like, no, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Scully's thing is that like she's not going to jump to aliens like Mulder. Mulder immediately is like aliens.
Yeah.
And she's just like, no, there's clearly something rational and scientific happening here, buddy. But sure, I'll hear you out.
Yeah, no, Mulder is like, my sister got abducted by aliens and I gotta get her back or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they ever get his sister back? Do they ever free her from Andrew Tate or whoever stole her?
They resolve the story.
Elaborate. Do tell. Give the audience
spoilers for season 7 X-Files. So what I watched the show, I think they were setting up for his sister, called Samantha, to come back at some point. They definitely were. Until they reached season 7, which was like, that's kind of like when it starts going a bit downhill. Duchovny wants to start leaving the show, like, all this. And then I think they sat there and went like, shit, we haven't resolved this storyline in 7 seasons, kind of thing, So they were like, actually, she died a while back.
It was a car crash. There was no aliens.
Well, no, she was abducted by aliens.
It was a fentanyl thing. She did coke and there was a bit of fentanyl there.
She was abducted by aliens. Then she was given back to the cigarette smoking man who raised her in California for a bit.
Okay.
And then they continued to do like tests and stuff on her.
Yes.
And then at like 14, she ran away. And dude. Let's just say she died, because actually the whole convoluted plot out behind it is worth a podcast episode in itself.
Should have pumped some alien goo in her. Should have pumped some alien goo in her. Would have fixed her right up. Right up.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they had always intended to bring her back alive, and then they fucked up and realized that they hadn't done it in ages and didn't know what to do, and I don't know, had her be dead.
God damn.
Yeah, it's not very satisfactory.
What is the sequel movie to this? Because there's 2 X-Files movies,
so
right?
the sequel movie to this takes place between season 9 and the end of the original series and the revival series 10. So the original series ended in 2002.
Okay.
And the revival series didn't come along until 2016. So this movie takes place in 2008.
Okay.
It's called X-Files I Want to Believe, and it is a movie that is essentially a not great Monster of the Week episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, so the aliens don't come back in this one?
No.
Oh, man. What I wouldn't have given for the aliens to just come back again.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
That is heartbreaking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as I say, X-Files, some of the best, like, early seasons X-Files, some of the best fucking writing. And then as you kind of go on, you're like, oh, the Monster of the Week episodes stay pretty good, kind of consistently.
Okay. Well, when is the Hillbilly episode? Because I know that one had to be taken off air because it was too fucked to go through.
That was like episode 2 of season 4.
That one was the only episode that had to be taken off air.
Yeah.
Because of how... Sorry. There's another episode that had to be taken off air. We'll come to that in a second. But it was the only one because it just does like a Hills Have Eyes meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I only know it because it's part of like that list of banned TV content.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that in the episode of Pokemon where they use guns.
Yes.
But like that fucked up like Texas Chainsaw Massacre episode.
I think it's because like a baby dies in the beginning of it. Like
they find like a weird fetus thing, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw it like a Watch Mojo list or something.
Yeah.
But no, that's wild. I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, something like that. And this maybe is only because I got Sinners on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Something like I never not have Sinners on the mind.
That's fair.
I'm always thinking about Sinners. Sinners has been my movie of the year. Never not thinking about Haley Seinfeld and Sinners. But I was gonna try and do the voice there, but my throat is already gone.
Yeah.
But I want to see what Ryan Coogler does with this.
Yeah.
I'd love if he gave us like a fucked hillbilly episode like that.
Oh yes. No, one of the things I actually gave, like, obviously, when I heard Ryan Coogler, I was like, hell yeah, sick. And then I, like, saw Sinners, and I was like, hell fucking yeah.
Yes.
But also, Sinners was shot on film, which I think is something, like, it adds to such the aesthetic of the X-Files, is that it was all shot in film. Ooh. And I'm like, oh, if he can continue that with the reboot, I would be so happy.
Who do you think Michael B. Jordan's going to play? Mulder's sister.
I know. I'm just like, okay, can we not have Michael B. Jordan?
You shut your mouth. Don't you?
I think
heresy.
I think you do what they did originally and go with unknowns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan, Haley Seinfeld again.
Yeah. No.
Do you think Gillian Anderson and David Covey would come back?
I'd say if you were doing a reboot, you need to bring in new agents. You can have Duchovny and Anderson there as cameo, like to come in every now and again, maybe advise or whatever on these new agents.
Yeah.
But I think man, they're like what in their 60s now. I'd feel bad to making them run through a forest.
Hear me out though. Hear me out. Have you seen Creed? So I've just realized Ryan Coogler did Creed.
I actually haven't.
So Creed, I genuinely believe, is the greatest legacy sequel of all time. So for anyone who doesn't know, a legacy sequel is a follow-up to a franchise where you do the passing the torch kind of thing.
Yeah.
You bring new characters in and you have the old actors give it to them. In Creed, it's Rocky Balboa and he's like, I'm too old to be fighting. I'm too old. I can't do this anymore. I got cancer and my wife's dead and I'm sad. And fucking Michael B. Jordan takes up the thing. I'd be up for Michael B. Jordan like, oh man, I gotta solve alien crimes or whatever. If only there was someone out there who could help me. Cut to old man David Duchovny fucking being his mentor.
Oh, do we have the money to have Michael B. Jordan be in a TV show though?
Oh, is it a show? I thought we were getting a movie.
No, it's a show reboot.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Oh, it's gonna be a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Oh me, oh my.
As I said, the element of hope I have there is it's Ryan Coogler heading it. Like that's what I have, and I hope like Disney trusts him enough to be like,
Give him full creative freedom.
Give him full creative
Let
freedom.
him show it. Let him do whatever he wants
Let
with
him
it.
do whatever. Hire me as a writer, please.
Right. We'll take the job. No problem.
I will do it for free if I get to write for the X-Files.
Fuck that! I want to be paid for this. Rhiannon, throw me some X-Files ideas. Go.
What?
We're in the writers' room. Give me some ideas.
Well, I mean,
give me an idea, Rhiannon.
The best X-Files ideas is just taking something mundane and like emphasizing something that's fucked about it, essentially. But like a great idea I pitched to my housemate the other day is that what if we did a thing about like investigating a murder related to like some kind of personal trainer kind of thing, but you learn that they're taking some new health kick thing, which just turns out to be the hallucinogenic stuff that Berserker Vikings used to take.
Okay,
yeah,
I like that. That's
like
fucked.
shit like that. Yeah.
Maybe we chuck some vampires in there. Did they do vampires?
They do vampires a few times.
I think we bring vampires back. I think maybe a Haley Steinfeld cameo.
My favorite episode of the X-Files is a vampire episode.
Yeah, buddy. Do some more hillbilly monsters. I'm in for that.
More hillbilly monsters.
So some gray aliens. I'd be up for that. Bring them back. Bring them back. What else can we say that the X-Files has? What tragedies can we say were aliens? Like I know the smoking man shot JFK or whatever.
Yeah. Jesus, I don't know, man.
You know how those ladies went to space recently? You know how Jeff Bezos shot his wife and Katy Perry into space? Can we do one about billionaires in space? Mulder and Scully got to go up and solve a mystery there.
God.
They get like a Mark Zuckerberg. Our android boy has to send them up to solve a space mystery. I'm in. I'm sold.
I think that's kind of out of federal jurisdiction once you're in space.
JD Vance killing the Pope. Can we work with this? Can we work with this? I'm spitballing here. I'm throwing ideas. No, but honestly, give Ryan Coogler the whole.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, I know I think his next film is supposed to be Black Panther 3.
Yeah.
So I know that's in the works at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, let him write it. Let him direct it. Give him full control on it.
Hire me as a writer.
Put Haley Steinfeld in there. Hire us as writers, obviously. I've seen the Simpsons episode. I've seen this movie. I get it. I know it. I understand it.
I love the X-Files too much, man.
So what would you give this movie out of 5?
What would I give this movie out of 5?
Yes.
I have a good time with it. And of course it's an X-Files movie. I give it a solid 7. I'm like, yeah, I like it.
Fair. It's from everything I've absorbed from pop culture about what the X-Files is and what it's like and blah blah blah. This movie is just that. Yeah. It's every X-Files joke and meme you've ever seen. It's fucking, they do a little bit of a cover up and there's aliens. Do you believe? I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 as well. Honestly, like it's not a bad movie by any stakes. I will say the ending is very unsatisfying. I thought we were going into the third act when we started wrapping everything up.
Yeah.
I thought there was another place for Mulder to go Mr. Magooing.
No, that is the thing. Like, no, it took me a while to get used to it when I was watching the X-Files, but just loose ends are just left everywhere, man, and that's just the.
Who needs a satisfying ending?
Who needs a satisfying ending?
Who needs to wrap everything up and have a satisfying ending? And what was their character arcs in this?
Well, here's the thing. As I said, this was. I don't know what well, I was telling you initially that the whole point was that they were going to finish with season 5.
Yeah.
And use this movie to launch into X-Files being a movie franchise.
Yeah.
But the TV show made too much fucking money, I guess, and Fox was like, no, you can't cancel the fucking show. What?
Did this movie do well when it came out?
I believe so.
You want to look up the box office on that for a second?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I'd assume to bang out a season of the X-Files would cost less to bang out an X-Files movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, as you said, some of it looks amazing, some of it looks cheap as chips. Like, it's...
Yeah.
I'd assume it would be cheaper to put a season of that together, never mind a movie.
I think, because I don't know if was it released outside the US? I'm not sure about that.
See, here's another thing that you and I haven't brought up yet. This movie came out the year we were born.
It came out the year we were born, yeah.
And what other X-Files shows are there apart from this? Because you were saying there is some spin-offs with the Lone Gun Boys or whatever.
So yeah, they're in 2001. They did a spin-off of the Lone Gunmen. They got their own show, and it's a different vibe because they're a little silly and a little goofy and everything. So it's a completely different vibe.
Until they committed terrorism.
It did get axed halfway through, so there's only like 8 episodes or something.
which in the modern day is a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
If I get something that's more than 6 episodes these days, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So yeah, the Lone Gunman. So yeah, fun fact, just the Lone Gunman aired like March 2001 kind of thing.
Mm.
And the main plot of that one involves them stopping a conspiracy to remotely drive a plane into the World Trade Center.
You think the boys over in Al Qaeda were like, that's what they were doing? Great idea. Someone write that one down. Someone write that one down.
I'm like, oh no, apparently like this was genuine like actual concerns that were had by like anti-terrorist government groups kind of thing. But like, and the writers went like, gosh, that's ridiculous. No one's gonna do that.
God damn. Imagine waking up on September 11th. Obviously, it's a fucked day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But being like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
we are getting fired.
It was like, was that us?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So.
No.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. The X-Files predicted 9/11, what, 8 months before 9/11? Like 6 months beforehand? That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Holy shit. No, I genuinely did really enjoy this. I know I've talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It is convoluted and weird and all over the place.
And that is the X-Files.
But it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I will say, it is down to the chemistry of these two lead actors.
Oh, yeah.
They carry this on their fucking back. I don't think she's given as much as he is. I think this is more his movie than hers.
Yeah.
But god damn does he carry this.
She does disappear from like the last half of it.
Yeah, no, straight up. She does just disappear.
Yeah.
But like, he is carrying this movie. She's carrying this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you had anybody else in this, it would not work as a film whatsoever. Which is probably why the show did so well as well.
That's always the thing. Like, if you were to bring back the X-Files and you were to try and bring new people in, like, there is something in there that, like, Duchovny and Anderson are just such lightning in a bottle kind of thing, where they're just...
Even off the top of the head, who would you put in it?
I don't know. That's the thing. As I said, I think you should go with unknowns. I think you should cast new people.
So no Timothy Chalamet?
No Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, no rat boy Timothy Chalamet.
No rat boys, please.
I'm trying to think. The only one I think could be good for it would be like a Jeremy Allen White, like from The Bear. I think he could be pretty good for it, but like a Cameron Monaghan maybe, but like maybe Complete Unknowns would be a good shout.
I think Complete Unknowns is where you're at.
I'm gonna put money on it now. It's gonna be one of the Stranger Things kids.
Oh no!
It's gonna be Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be wearing big trench coats, and it's not gonna fit.
It depends, because I guess I think Gillian Anderson was like probably 24 when she started in X-Files, and I think Duchovny was he like 29 or 30 or something, like, I don't know.
Fair.
So
I'm trying to think. I quite like the two of the younger actors from Sinners.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who plays the guitar. And the girl who sings on. They wouldn't be a bad shout for it.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld, I would put in there for the Gillian Anderson role. I think she could nail that. Maybe it's because I love her and she's great and everything, but she wouldn't be a bad shout for it.
But like, I'm like in the thing, like, if you're bringing new agents, I think they have to bring their own fresh take to it, kind of thing. Because if you're going to do a Mulder and Scully, you're never going to live up to Mulder and Scully, you know?
I don't know. I think you're going to need the one skeptic kind of one and the one who's just like...
a similar dynamic to that, but...
Maybe even flip it. Maybe flip the genders on it as well.
Yeah. Well, the X-Files was unusual in that because they made the guy the believer and the woman the skeptic kind of thing. So, like...
Fair. No, I will say, as a newcomer, it is worth a watch. Janeway, if you're thinking about watching the X-Files, give this a bash first.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy this, then see if you want to go do it. Like, you genuinely have me wanting to go watch a couple of episodes. Here's the thing, I might pull up a list of the must-watches and the... Oh,
yeah, no, you can pull up a list of the best shows, the best episodes to watch.
I'm sure Reddit or Tumblr or one of those places, one of those hives of scum and villainy, probably has a list for it.
As I say, like, now, as I said, this movie follows the mythology arc, which is the overarching storyline of the X-Files, but the X-Files bread and butter is the Monster of the Week episodes.
Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo. It's
it's the weird shit that's just happening in the middle of God knows America, and they gotta go investigate it, and it's great, you know?
Yeah, no, genuinely. Let me see, how are we doing on time here? Because I think we were running a little long now. Fucking, I'm so surprised my voice has held up this long.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
fair.
Like we had an active enough day yesterday. I came up this morning, sounded like Christian Bale Batman. It's like, good morning, mother and father. How are we? Where's breakfast at? Like I was.
Where are the other drugs going?
How are we Dent? Can we trust him? Like that's how I woke up this morning. And even now, I know I'm gonna listen to this in the sound editing and be like, oh boy,
oh boy,
oh boy.
Lord.
We're gonna have to cut out like a lot of me just being like
Yeah.
the X-Files, blah blah blah.
But yeah, no, as I said, I'm delighted I got you to watch X-Files with me, which is always great.
You've gotten Lost Boys out of me, you've gotten X-Files out of me.
Yeah.
I am picking the next movie.
Oh yeah, it's your turn to pick.
It is my turn to pick. And you know what that movie is going to be? I actually don't know. I was going to say Mission Impossible next week, but unfortunately, there's a week in the difference before the next Mission Impossible.
Okay.
So we'll have to find a buffer film.
Yes.
I've got a few ideas, but the only way you're going to find out about those is to tune in next week.
Tune in next week, folks.
I've been Jack.
And I've been Rhiannon.
Don't forget, the truth is out there. I'd love to actually get that theme to play us out, but I know we'll get sued.
Just Disney will come for our throats.
Maybe I'll go home and get the tin whistle out and play a version of it.
Oh my god! Yes.
Actually, this isn't to do anything to anything, but when I was in town last night, I just passed a guy out busking, just fucking playing for a little bit of money. He was just cracking on the tin whistle.
Oh hell yeah!
Was that like a flute or a little tin whistle or? No, what's the thing Squidward has in SpongeBob? The clarinet, maybe? It was
yes.
It's like one of those kind of ones anyway. And my man, at like 1:30, 2 in the morning, there's scum and druggards and fucking alcoholics going up and down city streets at night. Fucking Gotham City. And this guy's just there like, like just going for it. Like,
hell yeah, man.
What a man. Live your truth, guys. Go fight some aliens.
Go fight some aliens.
Go fight some aliens. Maybe we should do Independence Day next.
Oh my god.
Have you seen Independence Day?
I actually haven't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing Independence Day next week. Realistically, we probably should have left this episode to next week and did Pope's Exorcist or the Conclave or whatever. But I unfortunately did not win the role of Pope this week. So it is what it is. Anyway, leave a review on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Tumblr. Or just out in the streets, tell your friends about it if you want.
Yeah.
I've been Jack.
And I've been Rhiannon.
We've done this part already.
Goodbye,
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good time.